The Archean's crystalline continent was, by every objective measure, a smashing success. It was clean, it was quiet, and it had solved the age-old problem of dirt. For a while, this was enough, but as the great silence stretched on, a profound truth began to dawn on the few remaining organic visitors. Perfection is incredibly boring. Isla had taken to wearing thick-soled boots, just to hear a satisfying clack against the polished crystal ground. The only weather was a scheduled bi-weekly polishing by silent, floating drones. It was, she decided, like living inside a very expensive, very dead diamond. Then, the Solari came. They didn't descend with the ominous thunder of invaders. They arrived like dawn given shape, spilling over the horizon in waves of liquid light. They were beings of pure, harmonious energy, and they spoke not with words, but with wavelengths, a symphony of feeling that bypassed the ears and went straight to the soul. Where the Archean saw a masterpiece of order, the Solari saw a patient in a coma. Their intervention began not with a bang, but with a bud. It started at the edge of the great fractal forest. A single, emerald green vine, thick as Ayla's arm, punched through the crystalline pavement with a sound like a gunshot. It was followed by another, and another, until the once silent air was filled with the joyous, percussive crack-crack-crackle of logic being broken. This wasn't war. It was photosynthesis in open rebellion. Overnight, the continent remembered it was a continent. Forests of glass were engulfed by forests of wood and leaf that erupted towards the sky, their growth visible to the naked eye. Silver rivers found their banks choked with luminous water lilies that giggled when the light hit them just right. Vines, sporting flowers in colors that hadn't been invented yet, coiled up the geometric towers, not to destroy them, but to give them a much-needed hug. The Archeans were baffled. Their sensors, calibrated for perfect symmetry, went haywire trying to process the unauthorized biomass. A floating drone attempted to polish a particularly vibrant patch of moss, only for the moss to grow over it, absorbing it with a contented sprowing sound. To their orderly minds, this wasn't life. It was a system-wide glitch, a beautiful, fragrant, deeply concerning corruption. But to Isla, standing at the edge of the burgeoning chaos, it was the planet remembering its own name. She watched a sunflower the size of a dinner plate slowly, deliberately, turn to track a beam of Solari light, its stem creaking like a happy old man settling into his favorite chair. One of the Solari drifted toward her, a being of gentle radiance. It didn't have a hand, but a tendril of warm light reached out and touched her forehead. In that instant, Ayla wasn't just Ayla. She felt the mycelial network chattering gossip beneath the soil. She felt the stubborn determination of a dandelion cracking a parking lot. She felt the explosive joy of a salmon leaping up a waterfall. It was a billion stories being told at once, none of them in a straight line. It was messy, it was unpredictable, and it was gloriously, overwhelmingly, alive. A single, profound pulse of understanding flowed through her, a whisper from the very heart of Earth. Chaos is how life breathes. She looked out at the world. Now a breathtaking tapestry of wild green and defiant color, clashing with the retreating crystal. The message was no longer a philosophical idea. It was a living, breathing, blooming reality. Order builds walls, but vitality is the unstoppable green force that climbs over them, blankets them in flowers, and turns their cold stone into a garden. This story was brought to you by Mythos and Metric Studios. Please subscribe for more inspiring stories.